Hi, I'm Parth, founder of ZenX Media, and I just want to show you step by step how we automated our weekly reporting. And this is one of the pain points that we had as a team, that we were spending unnecessarily a lot of time on creating reports rather than actually focusing solely on performance. And that's what we wanted to do. So we automated our weekly report. And this is one of the issues that also happens a lot in higher ed. So we wanted to solve this, and here's a step-by-step mechanism of how to do that using make.com. So let's dive right into it. Well, one of the first thing you need to do is create an account on make.com, and it's pretty straightforward. You can just go to make.com, log in, create your account through Gmail. Once that's done, you'll see a dashboard similar to this. Now, the thing is that, like, I've already used tons of automation, so I'm seeing a different dashboard. But once you start using it, it will start changing for you as well, similar to this. And as you can see, the current plan is free, so we are not really spending anything. Month over month, it gives us 1,000 operations, and we can easily do our weekly reporting through these 1,000 operations. So a few more options that you'll see is team, which means you can add more team members. On the free plan, you can only add one more. And as I mentioned, we didn't spend anything. This was 100% free that we created this automation. Then there are a few scenarios. This is the main thing where you will be mostly working. And then templates. I wouldn't suggest using these templates because, again, it's better to create your own because you know exactly what you want. Connections, you'll see all the connections that you've made so far right over here. That is through Calendly, your Google Ads account, your OpenAI account, right? Your ClickUp and webhooks. This is something advanced, so we won't cover it in this video. Probably later if you really need to get into it. Then let's get into scenarios. The first thing you need to do is go to the top right corner, create a new scenario, and you'll see this purple icon. This is probably the largest purple plus sign you've seen. And then you, rather than adding any app, I've already shared the blueprint with you, and this is where the magic happens. You go on import blueprint, choose file, blueprint, the file I shared with you, and your entire workflow gets imported. It is as easy as that. The only thing with this is that you'll have to go into every module, that's what they call it over here, and integrate your personal account with it. Like I'll show you, for example, with Google Sheets. Now this is already integrated, right? But you just need to go to your Google Sheets where you actually pull your raw data. This could also be Excel or SharePoint, but I use Google Sheets, so this is where the data is getting pulled from. And also one more thing, if talking about Google Sheets, for this to work properly, you need to have a proper structured Google Sheet where your raw data is being pulled, and also you're sort of formatting that raw data into a table, just so that it's easier for ChatGPT to pull this data and read it better, right? So this is how I do it, and it's pretty easy, right? I pull this raw data from Facebook and Google. We are not running any ads on Google, so it's not showing any data. How we do this is through Supermetrics. So our entire workflow is actually automated, but you can also pull this data manually. And then over here, I create pivot tables just for the ease of pulling data into this dashboard. You can also add the pivot tables right here and then pull data here, but I just created separate tabs to make it more cleaner. And once you have this set up, you go here to make.com, you add the spreadsheet ID. Here, select from all, enter the spreadsheet ID. The spreadsheet ID is this ID from after this D/1 till S. Okay, you don't go to the edit part because that's a different link altogether. And you just remove it, you paste your sheets. When you import this, you won't have access to this sheet because your account won't be linked. You'll have to first link your account, which is again very straightforward. Just go on add, link your Google account, and it will get access to all your sheets, all your data basically. And then from here, you can select the sheet name. Once you've added the ID, it will give you multiple sheet names that are there. I'll use week over week reporting dashboard. This should be same as this dashboard right here. Range, I would say select extra, so I've selected like most of what is there till 50, even though I don't have data there, but it's better to pull more of those cells just so that you don't miss anything in the future, because for us like this automatically updates. So I don't want to be in a position where I'm missing certain lines of data, right? And then you need to mention which is the row with headers. Right now, let's say that you don't have all of this detailed paid mix, you just have platform clicks crossed. So you need to mention that it is from this particular cell till this is headers, right? So for me, it's from A6 right here to F6, and that's what I mentioned. So this makes it easier for make.com to read that data. Okay, you'll leave this as it is, save. In tools, you'll use table aggregator, because what this will do is this will aggregate this entire table in a readable data form, right? In a readable text form. And then you put it into JSON just so that it's easier for ChatGPT to read it. How I re-engineered it is basically I went into ChatGPT, wrote a prompt and asked in which form should I put this entire information. So it is easier for you to read, and it mentioned JSON. So that's what I used. After you use JSON, you will basically go here. I'll give you the prompt that you need to create this detailed report, and this is literally the most important thing that you need to create this report. So I'll walk you through the prompt. Right, generate a fully responsible Gmail compatible HTML email report based on the JSON data structure. You attach the JSON data structure. If you click here, it will tell you that you can pull this data, right? So that's how it allows you to pull in the data. Then key metrics, I mentioned all the key metrics you need to pull, summary and suggestions, tags, external CSS, and then also some information about the responsiveness, just so that it doesn't break your table when it pulls the data into Gmail, and then also the structure of the email. Okay, now you also want to tell ChatGPT that, hey, you're a helpful assistant and this is your job to create reports, so that it gets context what exactly it is supposed to do. In case your prompt is not that accurate, even though the prompt is very accurate, but I still add this information to make sure ChatGPT gives me accurate data back. Okay, and then in the assistant tab, you'll basically again explain what its role is. You'll create a report that follows the data structure in a clean, concise manner, creating tables with data for all the platforms. Over here in the max completion tokens, use 1500 because it could be possible that you are pulling in a lot more data, so sometimes it needs extra tokens. And also one more thing to keep in mind, when you're connecting this, right, OpenAI connection, it won't be a regular OpenAI connection. You cannot use a regular account. You have to use your API account. That is a separate account that you need to create. Your first API secret key is free. You don't have to pay for it. API keys, then you have to start paying for it. But it's not really expensive, right? Like I paid $5 and it's been working for months, so it's not anything expensive. But for your first edition, it should be free. So yeah, over here you can just see how to integrate and how to create an API account. If you click on online help, it will open up this tab and it will tell you exactly how to create your API account and how to integrate it. It's pretty straightforward, but yeah, there are also a bunch of tutorials online, like on YouTube, that you can look at to connect this API. And then once that is done, you need to connect your Gmail. And here you need to write who you're sending this email to. You can add your manager's email or anyone else's email that you want to send this report to. You can add the subject as well. And in the folder, you'll basically mention where you want this email to be created. Right, either you can create it in inbox, but I created in draft because I first want to review where this email will be, what it looks like, only then send it to the client. And yeah, here in content, make sure you add result, because if you don't add result, then it will just break your entire report. And then copy recipient, so I've added my team's emails. Then you click on save. And same thing you do over here as well. Here the prompt is very easy. You don't really need to look at it, but the prompt just says that convert all of this JSON data back into a text form and then send it over on Slack. And I just connected my Slack, I just connected my channel, which was very straightforward. So as soon as you connect your account, it will tell you what channel ID you want to select. Select from list, public channel, private channel, whatever channel you want to share this. PPC reports, result, save. GPT 4.0 mini system. The reason behind that is that you don't need any heavy O1 the newer versions because it is going to be mostly text heavy, and these previous versions are pretty good as well. So just use the method you have to select is create a completion, create a chat completion. What this means is that basically like you are sending a chat to ChatGPT and it's creating what exactly you want it to create, right? I wouldn't suggest using the legacy model, the prompt completion. This is probably for the older models, legacy models of ChatGPT. I have used it, it didn't give me the right results I wanted, so I'm using the chat completion option. But do try and test, see what works best for you. But this setup is probably going to be the most important setup for you. Once this is done right, then it's way more easier to connect your Gmail and your Slack. So I'll just run this once and show you what exactly this looks like. I click on run once, and from here you can also schedule. Okay, so I'll click on run once and this starts running. This went through, this went through. Now ChatGPT is loading, it's taking the data and analyzing it, and further it will push the data. And right here our email is created. I'll show you how I know it. Everything went well. In the output it shows me email 1146. Now I'll go to my emails, right, and in draft, as you can see, I'll update this, and as you can see right now there's a draft that has been created, and this is what it looks like. Hi client is a VPC weekly report, clicks, cost, CPA, conversions, and this is the insights that have been pulled from this sheet as well. Now for more advanced version, you can also add ChatGPT here for it to actually write the insights as well. I suggest to do it by yourself. It's better that if you yourself write the insights, the client can relate more. But yeah, here you'll have a proper optimized weekly report, and all you need to do is review this, remove this HTML code, and send, and you're good to go with it, right? Thank you so much. So if you watch this till the very end, thank you so much. We do these automations for the entire operations workflow of our business. So most of our business is actually automated, which saves actually tons of time for us. If you want the same, feel free to book a call with me in the link given below, and I'll be happy to add as much value as I can to your business. And yeah, our team is very much dedicated towards helping higher ed businesses and PPC businesses grow and thrive. Alright, thank you so much. I hope this video added value to you, and see you next time.